What is up, Evil Dead fans? This is part one of I don't know how many steps on doing the Evil Dead dagger. Now, I am not sure if I'm going to go with the Evil Dead 1 or the Evil Dead 2. What I've noticed so far is Evil Dead 1 has more bones than Evil Dead 2. But you can get a lot more screen grabs from Evil Dead 1 than you can Evil Dead 2. Now, what you're going to need is a shit ton of chicken bones. We'll get to that in a minute. And a visible man kit. That's what you're gonna need, which you can find on eBay, relatively decent price. Another thing is, there's always the argument on the side of the top of the dagger where the face is, are there teeth? Now, what I've noticed is there is teeth. So what you'll need is the visible head kit, which came out about the same time, a lot harder to find. And all you're gonna need is the teeth. You can actually match up even some of these teeth to that dagger. And I haven't pulled them all out yet. I'm gonna pull them all out. Here's some of them that are already pulled. You can see here. When it comes to the visible man kit, there's not a lot of stuff you're gonna need. What you wanna do, and what I've done, is I just wanna get everything prepped and ready. Everything I possibly can have and use. I've already glued this together, these two pieces here, and just hinged the jaw in. Yeah, I can still take that out because I'll have to do some work on the inside before I hinge that back in. You're gonna need all this stuff here. What I do suggest is to make sure you just keep everything else, especially these little doodads like this, because they may be used. So once you got both those kits, you got the teeth, you got this stuff, and you start putting them together. What you wanna do is to glue them together, the two pieces. Just use super glue, whatever you want to use. Just put them all together, just get them prepped and ready. This will actually be broken apart. If you're doing Evil Dead 1, these two pieces will actually go together, and a lot of these are missing here and on the other side as well, and this is all taken off and moved around. On top, this will be on top, of course, and it kind of overlaps this, because if you look at the scene when Scotty's girlfriend chewed her hand off and it's on the floor, you can see that plain as day. There's screen grabs all over the internet of that. You're gonna want to keep all this stuff, and you want to use an X-Acto knife or a razor blade. Be very careful, or have an adult do it, and start to take off any little pieces that came from being casted or molded or whatever you want to call it. All the little edges that you need to get rid of, because sometimes you'll get it in the eyes and around the teeth area. So you want to do that. You have your teeth. Now we got the chicken bones. Let's get to that. Now here comes this part, the chicken bones. Now, what I've noticed from Evil Dead 1 to Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 1 does have a lot more bones. You can grab a lot more screen grabs from Evil Dead 1 than you can Evil Dead 2. So I know people, they'll boil the bones and they'll bleach them. I don't suggest bleaching them because you want that color. You want this color. So what you'll need to do to prep the bones, if you don't get the cartilage off when you're eating it or something like that, or pulling that off, you will have to boil it, without a doubt, because you're gonna need that stuff to come off. Now me, I just do it when I'm eating it, take it all off, you're done. Then I put them in a bag and let bacteria take care of the rest. And it smells horrible. So make sure you bag it up, and it'll suck that oxygen out of it when it's eating it all up. And that's what you get, is that nice Evil Dead 2 bone color and the Evil Dead 1 bone color. And they stink. You can see this color right here, it's almost done, but you can see it's still got bacteria on it, eating up all the extra stuff. This one right here is done. You can see all of it is now brown. Maybe a spot or two isn't, but I'm gonna wash those up. And these are two more bones that are much newer, but you can see there's bacteria starting to eat those up as well. So, smaller the bag, the better, because with this, it's gonna take longer, more oxygen in here. You want to actually suffocate and all that bacteria to pull that oxygen out and actually suck it up. What I'm gonna do next is I have a bucket with some bacterial cleaner mixed with water. Now, remember, if you're using a bacterial cleaner, household item, you don't have to get anything industrial, just like some kind of something you put in your sink and you wipe things down or things like that. Just make sure it doesn't have a lot of dyes in it, because you may change the color of the bones, but you want to keep that natural color because it looks so good. You won't have to repaint, at least not that much. All right, so let's dump the bones. They stink when you open the bag up. It smells like death. It's horrible. Here's my cleaner. It's warm water, and you can see it's just a little bit of a tint of green, not much, because that's the cleaner I'm using, just to get rid of the bacteria. Now, like I said, these things stink bad. So I'm trying to do this one-handed. I'm not opening this up with my mouth because I'll barf. So I'm just gonna dump it in there. And they're really slimy. And you want, when you're doing one of these daggers, you want as many bones as you can get, because especially, sorry about the thumb right there, when it comes to Evil Dead 1, especially, they had a lot more of the leg bones off a chicken. There's a lot of them on there. There's not just 2. There's about 4 or 5, maybe even 6. I'm trying to get them all out of there. I don't want to touch it. See, I'm keeping even these little bitty ones, because you don't know where you're gonna need it. I'm gonna have to touch it. Gosh damn it. Oh, what? You just don't know. And there you are, slimy. Throw that on the floor. This one, that's ready to go. Ugh. I'll go to this one next. And I'm just gonna let them soak. I'm not gonna stir it up. Just let those sons of bitches just soak. But hey, if you want a good looking dagger, you don't have to do a bunch of repainting. You're going this route, this is the way to go. Not fun, but you get the look you want. This is why you should just get one of Roger's instead of doing all this. But of course, since I have the kit, I'm gonna make one. Of course, I'm keeping Roger's because I do love that one. I gotta reach in this fucking bag. Oh, this is gross. It is, it's slimy and it's nasty because it's all just, it's all just decomposition. But yeah, you can see the bones are keeping the color, which is nice. Might lighten up a little bit, but once they get air dry, it should be fine. Oh. It smells like death, and my hands are just disgusting right now. See these little bitty ones, just everything. You want to keep it all, because you don't know where you're going to need it. Ugh. Gosh damn, that stinks. Ugh. Open up, you son of a bitch. Okay. And if you have more bones, you can pick and choose which ones are better. Because not every leg bone's exactly the same. They're close. You can have one that's a little closer looking in size than what else you have. So you may have one that's a little bit longer from a bigger chicken. Gross. All right, so just gonna roll that around. I'm not gonna stir it with my hand because that's gross. That one, that bacteria needs to go. So let me just show you a little something of why you don't want to stir this. This thing reeks just as is. So do this outside or someplace ventilated in a shop or something, because you're going to stink your house up. But if you stir it, that smell gets way worse. It smells like old dirty puss. That's the only way I can describe it. It smells like old dirty puss. That's exactly what it is. It's disgusting. It stinks and just, okay, I'm done with that. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. What I'm gonna do with this next, I'm gonna probably just let it sit for a good hour. And then after that, I'm going to wash them off, clean off any excess skin or any kind of cartilage or anything off the bones. I'm not gonna use any sandpaper. I'm just gonna use my X-Acto to peel any off. Some of it may actually just come off because when I stirred it, I could see some of it coming off. Gosh damn, that stinks. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. We know what we got. I'm gonna pull the rest of the teeth tonight too, and then start the process of sizing everything properly, finding out which bones I exactly need to have. And of course, later, 1 or 2 more might pop up that I don't see right away because I might be in the middle of it and then go, oh wait, what's this bone here? So be prepared for that as well. So stay tuned for part 2 and how many I need to do for this. Until next time, you guys stay groovy.